Hi, you guys. Welcome to Too Much Tuesdays. This is, I know every week I'm like, this is a really special week. This week, I am so excited to talk to you guys, both on Instagram and Facebook Live. And I have a question for you. Have you ever had something kind of burbling quietly in your soul? Something's like, you need to do this. You should do this. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that pretty soon. And the burbling then got kind of stronger and louder and said, you're all about this. You really got to get this together and do this. And you've said, yeah, I'm going to. I'm kind of working on it. I have a lot of other things. I'm distracted. And then the burbling got even louder and it became like in your face, not in a bad way, but in a way of like an overgrown Labrador puppy that keeps jumping up on you and you're like down and it keeps jumping up and licking your face and it's saying, you have to tell other people this now. So that's what's been happening to me. I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but my Labrador puppy jumping up in my face has been to let people know that you can go beyond your old belief systems, beyond your old energy patterns, beyond any pain that's like sucking you down and sticking you, and you can create a different reality for yourself. But actually, a lot of people say that. There are really a lot of people out there on Facebook and Instagram and books on Amazon, and everybody's saying, create your own reality. Your thoughts create your reality. Be positive. Stop having negative thoughts. I'm different than that. My message from my soul to you is a little bit different than that, because I don't say you should do this. Stop doing that. I tell you how. I tell you how, because yeah, of course we all want to create our own reality, but we're in so much like stuff that we can't figure out like how. And that's what I do. I, fortunately or unfortunately, have actually been through a lot of different kinds of pain in my life. Physical pain, emotional pain, and I've had a lot of clients that have also been through so much pain. And so what I've done, almost out of necessity, I guess, is to go out there and find tools that actually work to help me to be in my flow and help my clients to be in their flow, no matter what obstacles in their lives might come up. And so I've been practicing these different variations of all these almost magical kinds of tools for 15 years and helping my clients to heal and practice these tools as well. And today I am launching this website called beyondyourbelief.com. My team, who's been just incredible, and I thank them, my team and I have been working really hard for months to bring you this site that will give you like really so much magic, but also not just like do these beautiful things, they're magical, but the science behind them, so that you will know for sure that you really can and how to move beyond anxiety and into peace and calm, beyond terrible relationships that keep kind of repeating themselves in different ways, and into love, beyond just enoughness, kind of like poverty, but okay, I have just enough, and into true abundance and true success, beyond hating or feeling bad about your body because it's bigger than you wanted it to be, or it's in pain all the time and you don't know why, and into loving and accepting yourself, and beyond feeling disconnected. I think that's the worst one, feeling disconnected from the world around you, from the universe itself, and entering into a feeling of complete connection to source, to the universe, to that divine energy, and to yourself and to the earth and to others as well. So that's a lot, but I break it down for you. In fact, this week, so I'm here every Tuesday with you guys at 12:30, but this week, and this week only, I'm offering this Beyond Your Belief experience so that for the next 5 days after this, I'm going to be here at 12:30, and each day address a different topic and give you different really cool tools to move beyond. Like tomorrow, we're going to go beyond anxiety. The next day, beyond those crappy relationships you've been having, and different things each day. You can also get all of this, like maybe you can't join me every day at 12:30. Maybe you can do one of those times, or it's all recorded, by the way, so you can go back and watch it. But also now, finally, you can go to beyondyourbelief.com and find all of this stuff. Now, a lot of you that are listening today have actually already gone. You're probably thinking, I already went to beyondyourbelief.com and I got that transformation toolkit, and it is really cool. That was just kind of a placeholder page that here's your transformation toolkit. It's still available, the transformation toolkit, and it's got really cool tools. But now, if you go there, there's so much more. You'll get a taste of all these different tools that I keep mentioning. And you'll get not only like, this is what it is, this is how you can do it. If you put in your name and email, you will get that transformation toolkit that gives you all kinds of like the most common beliefs that block people from getting the love and the abundance and the connection that they want. And you'll get little mini video trainings, just like 5 or 10 minutes each, that show you how to do that EFT tapping on yourself, how to do a nice theta healing, simple visualization meditation, some meditation tips. There's a lot in there. So there's still that, but there's also different ways that you can work with me. You can have a one-on-one session with me or a few sessions with me. You can invite me to come to your group, your church or mosque or temple, your school or after-school program, your women's group, your acting class, and I will tailor a workshop or just a talk just for you. You tell me what your pain points are. I will tell you what we can do to get beyond the old stuck beliefs that your group might have, and give you just some really nice, simple exercises to do that can help you to sustain that, like being in that place that you want to be, instead of in that place that you kind of keep finding yourself. So I am here to tell you, and you guys, if you remember nothing else from this little half hour that we have, please know this. You can move beyond your old beliefs and energy patterns, even if you are right now dealing with physical pain, even if you are living with someone that doesn't love you, even if you hate your job, or even if you don't have a job in the first place, even if your life kind of sucks right now, you can, in the midst of that, go beyond your beliefs and create a different reality for yourself even now. Because I don't insist that you come to some idealistic place where no negative thoughts exist. I meet you where you are, and I say, yeah, I hear you. Me too. In fact, you guys, a week ago, so many different things in my life went just wrong and felt so bad to me that I thought, I'm not going to be able to launch this website and look in the camera and tell other people that they can create a great reality. Why would they believe me when I feel like this? I can't do it. And then I realized I am exactly the right person to do this, and it is exactly the right time to do this, because what I want, and what I bet you want, is not somebody who has like this apparently perfect life, that their home should be in Better Homes and Gardens and their kids look perfect and their body looks like they should be a swimsuit model. That's not me. This is me. me with a frozen shoulder. And if you don't know what that is, it just really, really hurts and keeps hurting. Me with 2 kids who hate online school and have faced down really a lot of struggles this past year. Me with a husband who just completed 4 years of chemo. That's where I am. Me with 2 pretty badly behaved cats and a sort of continuing raft load floating around me of technological issues that I am very poorly equipped to handle and that I do not have a good attitude about me because I have all that every day. I carry all that every day, like you probably carry 100 things every day, and yet I still love myself. I still love my body. I still love my family. I love my clients. I still feel my connection to source, even though I have all of that stuff. I know how to tap my way from feeling just crazy and insane to feeling calm and sane. I know how to keep meditating even when I have like a million distracting thoughts and feelings come up in like the 10 minutes that I'm sitting there. I know how to detect and change underlying like sneaky little invisible belief systems that are wrecking things in my life or my client's life. I know how to do these simple little movements that can take you or your kid from like a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 of panic and anxiety to like a 1 on that scale in just a few minutes. Simple little movements like this that I can show to you. I can talk to you about studies that will show that all of this stuff, why would you tap on your face? Why would you go like this? I can show you studies that prove that it's for real. I have put together a bunch of things, basically, that say, I know things are hard, but try this. I know you're tired, and maybe you don't really even believe in this. So try this over here, or try this. I have all kinds of different tools for you to stay in the flow, like a river, you guys, really, to stay in your flow of your energy, your life, like a river. And when you come to obstacles in your life, I mean, think about that river. When a river comes to a boulder, it doesn't go, oh no, I gotta stop. There's a boulder. How could this be happening to me? What do I do? No, the river flows over the boulder. The river flows around the boulder. Now, sometimes there's more than one obstacle. That's what gets me. You know, like I can deal with this and maybe this, but when there's like a cascade, like an avalanche of boulders, of obstacles that come up in your life, that's when it's really hard. And you know what? Sometimes a river changes course when a bunch of boulders come in its path, but it never stops flowing. And so that's what I have to offer you guys, that my soul has been telling me, you got to tell them this. You just got to tell them this. It's not even that hard. Just do it. So that's what I have for you. Stuff to help you stay in your flow, feel your connection with the universe, with yourself, with others. Do you guys want to hear a story? Okay. So when I was in my 20s, I was doing my 20-something thing and living my best life, I guess, in New York City, being an actress. That was my dream. And I moved to New York and I was an actress and I temped and I worked with inner city kids and I did all kinds of stuff and things were cool. And I met the person who turned out to be my soulmate and the love of my life. And at the same time, I started getting migraines. At first, they were just once a month, and then they were twice a month. And I started to take medication for them, and it was like an inconvenience, but not that big a deal. And then they started to happen more and more and more in my 30s until they were happening like I had 100 different triggers. I was hungry, I'd get a migraine. I was tired, I'd get a migraine. I smelled exhaust fume, I'd get a migraine. I was upset, I'd get a migraine, until I was having migraines like, I don't know, about the same amount of days as I felt okay. I had a migraine, at least the same amount of days. I was taking that medication a lot. And in fact, I was taking not just my medication, but my mom's medication, because she would slip me her meds because she had migraines too, but she didn't really have as many as me. She didn't need her meds. And my mother-in-law had the same migraines and used the same medication, so they would slip me their pills. So one day I went to the neurologist to get more of these magic pills, and he said, gosh, you're taking like 2 or 3 times as many pills as you should be taking. You can't keep doing this. And he didn't know about like my black market meds, right, that I'm getting from my family. I was really taking 5 or 6 times the amount of pills that I should have to relieve the pain. And it was toxifying my liver. So this neurologist said, you need to stop taking those, and I'm going to put you on a daily preventative. Well, I was no dummy, and I had already researched this daily preventative, and it had a lot of really serious side effects. All meds have side effects, but this one had a lot. I started researching alternative stuff because at the time I knew nothing about alternative medication or about alternative medicine or about like mind-body techniques. But I had started to research it because I was feeling pretty desperate. And so I looked at this neurologist in the eyes, and this is how naive I was, even though I was in my 30s, I didn't know any better yet. And I said, I don't want to go on that preventative medication because there's a lot of side effects, but I am investigating all these alternative techniques, and I think I'm going to do that. And I don't know what I expected him to say, but he was furious. Like, I have never seen a doctor so mad. He said, there's no side effects to that, which was an outright lie. Of course, there's side effects. And so we went back and forth a little bit, and I was kind of like, oh, well, I thought there were side effects, and I kind of want to go and try these alternative things. Maybe it'll work for me. Eventually, he just made it clear to me he wouldn't work with me if I wouldn't take the preventative, and he strode out of the office, leaving me to start what I call the revolving door of alternative practitioners. I started with acupuncture. I did hypnosis. I did applied kinesiology. I went to a nutritionist. I went to a polarity therapy. I can't even remember all the things that I did. And interestingly, every single thing worked for 3 months and then stopped working. Weird, right? So one day I was at this, I think it was a one-night seminar thing for vortex healing, which is a really cool technique that a friend of mine does. And while I was there, I picked up this flyer for something called theta healing. I had never heard of it, and it looked to be quite insane. It was just like, it said, you close your eyes and connect to source, and then you change your belief systems and you'll be completely healed. And I thought, wow, sounds ridiculous, but for some reason that I still don't understand, I called the number and arranged a session with that practitioner. And actually, I do understand why I did that, even though it was very unlike me and it didn't seem like my thing. It's because it was a doorway into one of my soul's purposes. Has that ever happened to you? You're like, I don't know, I guess I'll do this. And it turns out to be your path for the next 10 or 20 years. So I sat there with this theta healing practitioner. He looked to be about 19 years old, and he was very like California. He was like, hey, you seem to have a belief system about you have to suffer to be close to God. Do you want me to change that for you? And I was like, yeah, change that for me. I thought it was ridiculous, but I could feel that this young practitioner, who some of you might recognize as Eric Brummett, who's an amazing theta healing practitioner and teacher, and who, in fact, a few years later, after I took 1,000 theta healing workshops, I went into business with Eric. and our other wonderful partners, Sarah Faith, and we opened Theta Healing NYC, which was a healing center and Theta Healing School in the Flatiron District of Manhattan. And we did that for 8 or 10 years. And Theta Healing is what got rid of my migraines, not for 3 months, but done. Just they were gone, not in one session. And in fact, they got a little bit worse after that first session, but something happened. I could tell that it changed, and I was impressed. And I was like, I don't know why. I liked it that it was spiritual and not like pills. I was like, okay, it has to do with God. I was really into God, you know? And so I did it and I kept doing it. And eventually, you might have to be a little persistent, you guys, but eventually I got out of that chronic pain, because chronic pain is hard. And it literally took me out of that very strong current of chronic pain. So within that time also, I had gotten married to my soulmate, and we had a beautiful daughter, and we even adopted a second beautiful daughter. We were living in Brooklyn, and I was, like I said, a practitioner and teacher at Theta Healing NYC, and I had so many students and clients that I loved, and things were good. And then my husband got diagnosed with cancer, and he had to go through some really horrible treatments. And I have never been so scared in my life. And I couldn't find a belief system to change, because it wasn't really my beliefs as much as just this was happening. He might have died. And I had to deal with possibly losing him, and with my precious children possibly losing their dad. And it was hard, and I was pretty panicked. And that's when I found EFT, tapping. And so I would do tapping on myself, because I didn't have to like go into the theta brainwave or anything for it. I could just, when I was sobbing, crying, I'm very emotional, you guys, I would be sobbing, crying, and I'd be going, even though I had this feeling of being really scared about my soulmate, and I would cry. You know when you cry so hard you can't breathe, and you go, like I'd be going from that to like, I know it's just a feeling, even though I had this feeling, I'm so scared, I hate this, but it's just a feeling, and I love and accept myself. And I would be able, through this wild technique, to take myself from this to, even though I'm really scared right now, I accept my feelings. That level of calm in like 10 or 15 minutes. It was pretty amazing. So I added that to my like toolbox. And then, thankfully, very gratefully, my husband is completely cancer-free now. He's doing great. If you looked at him, even though he just finished his last chemo about a month ago, you would never know that he had been sick. He's that well now. And we decided to move our family, after we've been living there for 30 years, to move ourselves and our kids out of New York City, and about an hour upstate into the country where we could feel our connection with nature more. We decided before, but we moved in the summer of 2019, which turned out to have been incredible timing, right? Now we all know, because it was just before COVID, of course, in 2020. So there was COVID, and my kids were doing online school, which they hated, and it wasn't right for them, and we had to deal with that. But I got through it, you know? And then I started to have this incredibly acute and horrible and relentless nerve pain that started in the back of my head and went shooting up behind my eye. It wasn't like any other migraine I'd ever had. It wasn't like any pain I've ever had. And I gave birth naturally to an 8-pound baby. So I know from pain, you know. I was lying in my bed screaming. I went to the ER 3 different times. I had so many different scans and tests. They were afraid I had COVID. They were afraid I had like a brain tumor. They didn't know what I had, and they couldn't find one single thing wrong. And finally, they gave me a Lyme test. And I had advanced Lyme that was attacking my nervous system. And so they gave me some really great drugs, antibiotics, and painkillers. And I knew that even though I was taking that stuff, I had to do some alternative techniques on myself and have others do it on me so that I could completely come back to wholeness, to healing. And I couldn't, literally couldn't enter into the theta brainwave because I was in too much pain. I couldn't get there. I couldn't even tap because the thought of tapping on my face where that pain was blaring was not something that I could do. I did do some imaginal tapping, just imagining tapping those places that communicate directly with your amygdala, that little center of your brain that's fight or flight or freeze. And that did help, but I needed even something more concrete, even something gentler. And that's when I started to really utilize Eden energy medicine, which is just these movements, my energy in my body because of all the pain, because of the little spirochetes from that Lyme disease. My energy was not flowing correctly. You know, we're in polarity with the earth, and our energy should be flowing a certain way in our body. Our energy likes to flow like this, like a figure 8, like that DNA helix, and my energy was not. It was flowing like this, and it was just stuck, of course, in my head where all that pain was. And these simple little movements that I learned how to do literally from online. And then later I learned in person. But at first I just learned from online these simple little movements to do that could make my energy run correctly so that my body could heal. And that is just, I want you to know that I come to you today having like been there, you know? And so, like I said, the most important thing that I want you to take from this is that even if you are in pain today, and maybe you're not, maybe you're doing great and you just want to do even better, but maybe you're in a place that's really hard today, and I've got stuff for you. I've got you. I feel you, and I just have this stuff to offer you. If you can go to beyondyourbelief.com, you will find so much good stuff there. And you can also, I forgot to say, you can just join our online Facebook community. If you search for Beyond Your Belief Community, you could answer a few simple questions, and then you'll have even more access to me. We have a really nice group on there that's really supportive of each other. Once a month, we have a free healing group where I take 1 or 2 clients. They get mini sessions with me, and we all get downloads and belief changes. It's just been really great. But I have all of this stuff to offer you. And if you can join us, or if you know somebody who really needs this, like, oh my gosh, my friend deals with chronic pain, maybe she could go to that Saturday one of the body stuff, or, oh, I really, really want to get out of this, like just enoughness and move into that abundance and success. That's going to be Friday. You can see on my social media what day is what. So you can join me here at 12:30 every day, Wednesday through Sunday of this week. And you can connect with me on beyondyourbelief.com or on Facebook. I love connecting with you guys. I've already got a lot of really nice emails. Sorry if I haven't answered your personal email. Yesterday, we were like getting this website all together, and I didn't get to get back to everybody, but I'm already hearing from people and arranging sessions, and I always get back to you if you email me. And I've just got all this stuff for you. I've got all these magical tools, but what the website does really is give you, again, that science behind the tools. Because if somebody just said to me, hey, go like this on your face, it'll make you feel better, I definitely would not do it. I had to go and look at the studies that prove what are these meridians people are talking about. We're tapping on meridians. Did you know that in the Western medical world, they didn't used to believe in meridians because they couldn't find them. They couldn't see them with all their instruments until about 20 years ago. They developed enough powerful, magnifying instruments that they found meridians. They are channels of energy running throughout our body. I would think, they'd be in the nervous system. They're not in the nervous system. they are actually in the fascia. And if you go to my website and hit one of the little footnotes on there, go to EFT or theta healing or anything. And if you want to learn more about it, it will literally give you the studies that you can look at, because it's important to me to know the why behind these things. I'm not just going to tap on my face because somebody online told me to. Why would I do that? There is a why. There's a why and a because behind all of this stuff that I have for you. But right now, what I have for you is a beautiful and quick and easy visualization, meditation, and some downloads. Are you ready for that? Let's do it. I'm going to actually guide you through just a beautiful, effective visualization that Vienna Steibel, the founder of Theta Healing, created. And I do a lot of different meditations, but this is probably my favorite. So here we go. Close your eyes if you can. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold it for a few moments, and then nice and slowly breathe out. And then you're going to visualize or imagine going down into the earth, because this, you guys, will help you to feel connected. That's what we're doing with this visualization, is helping you to feel what already exists, an unalterable connection to the entire universe and beyond, that source, that creator of all things, that energy of divine unconditional love that runs through the world and through us, but we kind of forget about it sometimes. So going down into the earth and feeling, visualizing, pretending, imagining a ball of powerful flowing energy coming up from the core of the earth all the way up through the soles of your feet, so that now you can see in your mind's eye your body being rooted down like a huge willow or oak tree, very, very rooted into the earth. And that energy keeps moving up through your legs, through each chakra of your body, through your torso. It moves up. It kind of feels like a warm, expansive light inside of you, lighting up each cell. When you get up to your shoulders, don't forget to have it go down to your fingertips, all the way down your arms, up through your throat, your jaw, your head, up to the top of your head, your crown chakra, and then allow that ball of energy from the earth to kind of hover just above your head a few inches, and then you take your consciousness and put it into that ball of energy. And now it seems like in your mind's eye, a ball of light, and it's glowing whatever color you want it to glow. Maybe it's glowing pink or green or golden, whatever color you want it to. And then just allow it to rise up and out and up and out and up and out. Out of our galaxy, out of our universe, out through different layers of light and dark and light and dark. Until off in the distance, you see a little window of effervescent white light, and you slip right through there. And you don't really feel the boundaries of your ball of energy anymore, because you're remembering your oneness with this ocean of light. It's like an ocean of unconditional love, and it feels familiar because you've been there before. It's where you are from and where you are always connected to. I'm going to give you a few downloads if you want them. You just say yes. These are downloads from the universe, just like you would download your computer with something, but we're downloading you from the universe itself. Would you like to know what it feels like and how, and that it's possible and safe, and that you deserve to always feel your connection to all that is? Would you like to know that it's possible and safe, what it feels like and how to find the courage to really look at your life and change things in your life? And would you like to know that it's possible and safe and what it feels like and how? And that you are deserving to and willing to find the time to give yourself love and support and to change your life. Congratulations. And now you can either stay up in that beautiful, sparkling ocean of light and unconditional love, or you can imagine coming all the way back down into our universe, into our galaxy, into your own crown chakra, grounding all the way back down through the soles of your feet to the earth that you've chosen to have this really interesting experience on right now. The last moment, bring that energy back up through your whole body, fountaining up your crown chakra and creating a beautiful kind of waterfall bubble around you so that you're grounded and also protected and connected up and feeling very light. So you guys, thank you. I am really, really happy to have you all join me. It was really nice to see the little waves and the little loves and hearts coming up. And we really are all in this together. I hope to connect with you more. You can go to beyondyourbelief.com. You can also, don't forget, join me here tomorrow at 12:30 because we're talking about moving beyond anxiety. And I'm going to give you a couple belief changes, some downloads, and we're going to use the best tool I know for going from 10 to 0 in anxiety, and that's tapping. I'm going to show you and lead you through tomorrow. It's going to be cool. Thank you for joining me. See you guys soon.